Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. Today I have another book review for you, and that is for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. This is the first book in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. I was really looking forward to this one. This is one of the very few books that I can really think of that I have been wanting to read for a really long time. Because I really, outside of being really interested in like Star Wars books, which I am now finally getting really into, I never really was super into reading until I hit my early 20s. And so there really a lot of the books that I'm reading now and a lot of the books that I'm excited about reading and interested in reading are ones that I've only really heard about and discovered in the last few years. But this is one that I've been curious about since I was like 12 or 13, I think was around the first time I heard about it. And I was always very interested in it. So I've been looking forward to this one for a very long time. And I got a bind up of all 5 of the books all together, so I read the first part of that, and I have to say I really enjoyed my time with this book. I thought it was just a blast all the way through, super fun book. June seems to have just been a lot of very fun books for me, and this was certainly no exception. Definitely the weirdest book that I've read in a while, but it was a lot of fun. So as far as things that I enjoyed about this book, there are quite a few things that I enjoyed here. I really loved, obviously, I think the big thing when it comes to Hitchhikers is the humor. I really loved the humor in this book. I thought it was very funny at many points. It's just kind of that weird, absurdist, like bizarre, kind of off the wall kind of humor. And I really enjoyed it. I think it was very funny. There was a lot of points in this book where there was just a line that I thought was just really kind of witty, or like, just bits and pieces here and there all throughout the book that were just making me laugh or chuckle or whatever. And I just thought it was a very entertaining book to read because of that. I also, the characters in the plot were interesting to me, but not like hugely so, but I think they really served the humor of this book very well. Like the way that they talk to each other, like the way the dialogue is in this book, the way the story goes, really kind of lends itself to the humor. Like the humor really does feel like the core purpose of this book, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. Like all of the characters and the story and everything just feels like it's, how can this be as funny of a book as possible? And I think that really worked very well for it. And I did think there was a lot of good parts throughout this book. Like the story itself was just kind of all over the place and weird and funny and stuff, but there were certain like parts of it that I thought were really interesting, and parts where I was kind of wondering how things were going to go a little bit, and then it would hit me with like the most funny possible way to resolve it, and things like that. I also really liked the beginning of this book, especially. I think the beginning of the book, I would say, and the end of the book were my favorite parts. So I really liked the way, like the first handful of chapters and the last handful of chapters, I thought were really well done, and I really enjoyed them. I do think that the beginning of the book was probably my favorite part of the book, so there's that, I guess. Yeah, honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say about this book because my general thoughts were, it was very fun, very entertaining. I enjoyed it a lot, and I just had a good time reading it. As far as anything negative that I have to say about it, it really is that, the characters and the plot to me weren't super memorable or engaging like in themselves, but I think that they served a good purpose. I don't think the purpose of this book really was to have super interesting and in-depth characters and a super involved plot and all this stuff. It really is for those things to kind of prop up the humor and the absurdity and just the entertainment value of the book. And so when it comes to how well I think they work in service of the book, I think they are fantastic. It's just the characters, they're really, the characters are memorable only as far as, I thought they were funny. I don't think they're memorable because of who they are. I think they're memorable because they made the book more entertaining and funnier and all this stuff. Same thing kind of with the plot, even though I did enjoy some of the bits and pieces of the plot. You know, it was never like, oh, I'm super engaged in the plot. It was like, I wonder how this is going to go and what way the author is going to find to make it funny and things like that. So I guess there's that as well. So that's really the only negative thing I have to say about this book. And even then, I think it still works. So it's not really a negative. Overall, I really enjoy this book. I just had a really fun time with it. That genuinely is just how I would describe this book. It's just very fun, entertaining, very kind of just easy to read. It took me a little while to read. It took me like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because I just kept chipping away at it really slowly. I could have only read it probably in a few days if I wanted to, but I did just like I meant to read it quicker than I did. But I really enjoyed it though. I had a great time with it all the way through. As far as a rating out of 10 that I would give this book, I'd give it like a 9.5 out of 10. I really had a good time with it. Thought it was a lot of fun, very entertaining and all that. Like, I really can't say anything else about this book that I haven't already said, because that really is just my general feeling on it. So I apologize, this is kind of a short review. I usually don't do reviews quite this short, but that's really all I have to say about this one. I just had a good time with it. So let me know in the comments if you have read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and what you thought of it, if so. I am hoping to read at least the next handful of books over the course of the rest of the year. I probably won't finish the omnibus that I have of the first 5, or I guess the, original 5. I think there is a 6th book that was written by someone else, but I don't know if I'll read that eventually. Maybe I will, I don't know. But I will probably try to get at least through like books 2 and 3 later this year, so we'll see how that goes. But let me know if you've read it or the other books in the series in the comments and what you thought of it. If you also really liked it, if you didn't, whatever your thoughts may be, let me know down in the comments. So that's pretty much it for this video, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.